Our priority was to help students understand where their food came from. So we know that children today at Presons and at schools up and down the country don't understand where food comes from. They didn't necessarily understand that sausages were meat. So part of the mission was about educating children to understand that. We certainly weren't evangelising meat eating. We know that a couple of our youngsters became vegetarian or vegan as a result of what we were doing. But we also know our school is in a rural community. Many of our parents are farmers. Many of our youngsters will go on to work in those farms, and that involves rearing animals for meat.
So the idea is that you have some pigs at the school, and the pupils care for those pigs, look after them, help to rear them. And then at what point do those pigs get sent away, and do they come back in any way?
They're sent away after about 6 months. And yes, well, they come back as meat products, yes, which are served in the school kitchen and served and sold through the school and through local community butcher shops.
So they come back as sausages, and do the children at the school who've raised the pigs know that they are eating sausages made from the pigs which they helped to rear?
Oh yes, we've never had it as a secret. It's always been honest and open, and the sausages are sold as Priestland's porkers, and we make a big point of saying these are sausages made as a result of the pigs that were reared at our farm, and they sell out very, very quickly.
What the school is doing is actually selling them a lie, because 97% of where pork and bacon comes from isn't from happy pigs cared for by children in a sunny walled garden. It's in, not even in farms, it's in buildings, in factories, where those pigs will never see daylight.
So actually you have an issue not with what the school is doing, you have a general issue with factory farming. Why then why have you set up a petition to stop the school doing something which actually you've already said is a better practice, which is rearing these animals in a sort of happy environment?
It's a good point, but what I would say is that having a school, a secondary education department involved in the killing of an animal...
They're serving meat every day, they're involved in the killing of animals.
But no, they're not involved in the killing of the animals.
Well, they're involved in the consumption of the product of killing animals.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is...
The school serves up sausages.
If you... Sorry, if
why does it matter where they've come from?
It matters because by having the pigs in the school and killed by the school, and bear in mind the school make the call to have the pigs killed, that sends an unspoken rule, an endorsement to the whole meat industry that that's OK, that's a normal thing to do.
No, it doesn't. Serving the sausages sends a message that pigs get killed for food.
No, I think...
Serving chicken means cute little hens get killed for food. I mean, why lie to kids? Why not, as this head teacher, I think has been quite sensible about, why not just show them the whole process?
That would be great.
If as a result of their knowledge... they decide they want to be vegan, no problem. They want to be vegetarian, no problem.
That would
or
be
if,
great.
as the vast majority seem to have done, they make an option to continue eating meat because, like me, they like eating meat. What is the problem with what they're doing? What you want to do is continue...
Sorry, I'll answer your question, please.
I would say this. Let me phrase the question this way.
Education.
Why would you wish to continue hiding the truth from kids?
Oh, that's great. I'd love to show children the whole truth. And let's bear in mind, those children who've reared those pigs, they don't know anything about the slaughter process. They're not involved in any way of the slaughter process.
Do you want them to be?
Well, if we're going to have them, then, well, I think all children should be made aware of the slaughter process in all schools if they eat meat. Yes.
Can I just ask, you're a vegan.
Yes.
You accept that... I mean, I'm a vegetarian. You accept that most people, however, eat meat.
Correct.
Yeah?
They do, yeah.
Because it seems to me that actually you're quite pleased with the way that this school has cared for these animals. Your problem actually is with the slaughter of all animals for meat. So why are you targeting the school, which is actually caring for these animals very well before they're sent to inevitable slaughter? It seems to me your purpose is trying and make everybody vegan.
Well, it would be nice if everyone went vegan because we would sort out a lot of the global problems. But that side, we're not talking about that today. What we're saying is, my main point is...
Well, but it seems like that's exactly what we're talking about today, because you don't like the consumption of any of these products.
But that is a separate issue.
So despite the fact that this head teacher is actually educating children on how the meat comes to their table, and we know that children sometimes think this stuff grows on trees.
This is the problem.
It's an important
he's not
educational process. What is exactly educating
No,
them?
he's not, because he's not showing all the process.
He's showing more process than any other child in any other school
He's explaining
finds
to
out.
children, surely, that when they eat their sausages or their bacon, actually it comes from pigs.
Animals.
And that is the food. That is the food chain that most human beings operate on. Let me go back to.
They're not shown a factory farm where 90% of their food comes from.
Do you discuss that, Mr.
But
Willsher?
they do know. Let's go back to Chris Willsher. Chris Willsher, you've had a lot of abuse at the school over this issue, haven't you? You've had people calling up, abusing you, abusing your staff members, issuing death threats. Is that right?
Yes. I don't condemn the thousands of vegans and vegetarians who have genuine principles and have signed that petition, but it has also attracted another element who think it's appropriate to phone the school and issue that kind of abuse, and that I find scary. But to come back to the question that you were tackling with Vince just then, we do talk to the youngsters about the slaughter process. We don't visit an abattoir, but they do see examples of poor practice. We look at factory farms and how animals are poorly treated. So they are under no illusion about where the pigs are going and what is going to happen to them from the outset.
Can I just interject there and say, is there a way which you can not poorly treat an animal and still kill it? Surely killing it is a very poor thing to do to something which you care for.
Unless you are a meat eater and you find that killing animals is inevitably something that has to happen before you can consume your meat.
Well, what are you going to do?
Are you going to go into
every... Why do you have to eat meat then? If
that's a different question.
Do you understand what happens in jungles?
Yes, I do understand.
Animals eat animals to sustain
Absolutely.
themselves.
I mean, they have to, but they don't have a moral code that we do.
Can
we
I
have
also
intelligence
ask,
and a moral code that animals don't have.
What about if you just like eating meat? Why should vegans suddenly have this kind of tyrannical thing where they can ring up schools and issue death threats to people?
That is really... I mean, I would speak to anyone out there who's doing that. Chris and the school is a fantastic school, and no one should ever phone up and speak in this way or offer threats in any way.
What sort of person phones up a school and issues a death threat?
Unfortunately...
What sort of person who cares about other living things
Unfortunately, there are trolls out and all...
Unbelievable.
I don't think we can actually say 100% they are vegans. They are sometimes people who just want to cause problems. And I would disassociate from myself from anyone who wants to do that.
Okay, let's ask Mr. Willsher, are you going to carry on teaching children through this method of raising the pigs, or have you been put off by what's been happening?
Well, the short answer is we don't know. What I said to Vince from the outset, and what we will do within the next week or so, is consult all of our parents and all of our students and ask them to express a view about whether we should have pigs in the future, because obviously we haven't got any pigs now. Should we have pigs back in the future, and should we continue to rear them for meat?